Elmo wants everyone to subscribe to Adamant Tally World. And if you don't do it, I'm going to hold you down and tickle you. Ha 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 ha.
No, seriously, do it now.
Kofi Kingston should not have won at Elimination Chamber. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Adamant Tally World. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, and subscribe. I do appreciate it greatly. We are going to go discuss Elimination Chamber 2019 on the list of Jericho. Drink it in, man. So we had 7 matches. We got some backstage stuff, but we're just going to break it down, talk about the matches, talk about the results and everything that happened, and see what we thought about the pay-per-view as a whole. So match number 1 on the kickoff show is the Cruiserweight Championship. There's the Cruiserweight Championship right there. Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa. In the end, Buddy Murphy won. Like I said, he's probably going to hold that thing to WrestleMania. He might go past WrestleMania. I'm not sure. I know they were mentioning like he's going to try to beat the record for the longest reign. I don't know who has the longest reign, but if it's somebody that left and WWE is not a fan of anymore, he's probably going to break it. Match number 2. It was the Women's Tag Team Elimination Chamber match for the first ever Women's Tag Team Champions. Start off with Boston Hug, which is Sasha Banks and Bayley, versus Mandy and Sonya. Then the Riot Squad came in. Then the Iconics came in. Then Carmella and Naomi came in. Then the Iconics pinned Naomi. So Naomi and Carmella are gone. And that was actually my pick. So first off, boom, I lost. Then Nia and Tamina came in. Nia and Tamina, Samoa dropped the Iconics, so then they pinned them. The Iconics, they're gone. I was thinking about it earlier today. I think the Iconics are hot, but they're not hot, and I realized why, because they're butterfaces. They got super smoking hot bodies, but their faces, not so nice. That's just a little side note. Tell me what you think about it below. Then Nia and Tamina defeat the Riot Squad. Then you got the 4 women pinned Tamina after Nia was out. Oh yeah, so Nia tried to spear Bayley, I believe, and she completely missed her. Totally could tell she didn't come close to hit her. She ran in, hit a chamber, messed up the little plastic glass stuff, whatever. So then all the other women jumped on top of Tamina, pinned her after, I believe, Bayley gave her an elbow drop, something like that. So then Tamina and Nia, they're gone. So it comes down to just the original 4 women of Sasha and Bayley versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Sonya ends up tapping to Sasha, so then Sasha and Bayley are your first ever women's tag team champions. I figured they were going to wait for WrestleMania for them to win, but I guess not. I bet with my buddy, I was like, oh, 20 bucks says if Sasha wins, she cries. And she cries. So I won 20 bucks, but it wasn't legit, so I didn't win 20 bucks. Match number 3 is Miz and Shane versus the Usos. I told you before, if Miz and Shane, I figured they were going to win, actually, but I said if they're not going to win, Shane's going to turn on Miz or something like that, so they'll have a rivalry at WrestleMania. So it looked like Miz was all emotional because he said, I said I was going to win for you and for my daughter and for my wife and for my unborn child. He's all snapping and get all crazy just a couple segments later. And Shane's like, calm down, calm down. But Shane's probably going to turn heel because they have Miz being face now finally, so they're probably going to go against each other at WrestleMania, and then Shane will most likely lose to Miz because Miz can't be losing to Shane. Shane can lose to people. He loses every year at WrestleMania, I believe. Next up, we had Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. Well, I said, but with the other match, I figured that Shane was going to turn on Miz after the match, but he did. But once again, we still have SmackDown. Like I said, match number 4, Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush for the Intercontinental Championship. It was a quick match. In the end, Finn Balor ends up getting the coup de grace to Lio Rush and pins in 1, 2, 3, and new Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor. We didn't get the guys turning on each other with Shane and Miz, but we did get Bobby Lashley turning on Lio Rush. Picked him up, kind of did like a chest choke slam kind of thing. He slammed him on the ground, so they're probably over. This is probably not really good news for Bobby Lashley because that IC belt was the only thing kind of giving him some prestige. I'm not saying he can't be better, but he's probably not going to be going for the Universal Championship anytime soon. Then we had Ronda versus Ruby. This was a super quick match, or you could call it a squash match. Yeah, it stinks to be Ruby Riott, let's see, because they were looking past her for WrestleMania. They're gonna have Ronda versus Charlotte or Becky or whoever, and like Ruby's like, I still have to fight her at Elimination Chamber. Hi, and like, no. So she was just kicked to the curb. Then Charlotte was out ringside. And then she got in the ring, and then Becky Lynch hobbles in. Hey, Becky Lynch pretends like she's hurt, and she gets inside the ring, and she wails on Charlotte. You could look. She had blood on her arm after she was beating her up, and she told Ronda, "Go for it. You can have the other crutch. You can beat up Charlotte as well." And Ronda's like, "All right, cool." And she got the Ronda Rousey, "I'm gonna beat you up" face, like, "Yeah, how dare you?" And all of a sudden, Becky goes wham, and she starts hitting her. She beats the living crap out of Ronda as well. Ronda gets the other crutch, and I'm pretty sure she started grabbing it for legit, like, self-defense, because she's like, "I'm being beat to death." Because if you look at it, she had blood on the side of her head later on after the match. After the match, after the whole craziness of the whole feud. So Ronda probably got rocked a little bit with that one. So I don't know if Becky's like, "All right, I'm hurt. We're all going to be hurt." Then we have Baron Corbin versus Braun. I figured Braun was going to win. Braun was doing so good for a long time. He had the push. He was going to be the man. He was going to beat Brock Lesnar. And then something happened. That, like I said, that rocket got taken off of him. But Baron Corbin started fighting, and also Drew McIntyre's music came on, and then Drew walked out, and then Bobby Lashley comes out of nowhere, hits Braun with a chair. Then they all beat him up. They end up triple powerbombing him through 2 tables at the same time off the steps onto the ground. I mean, not the ground, but the ring. It's still the ground. That had to hurt. Listen, I feel like landing on a table and then going on the ground would be softer than just being thrown on the ground. So 2 tables should make it softer, but it's still pretty high. You're a big dude. I would not want to be Braun Strowman with that whole altercation. Next up, this is the Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. It doesn't look like that. It's made of hemp, and like I said, told my buddy, the new title basically looks like they took an IKEA shelf, made a title, threw a burlap sack in there for the belt, for the strap part. So it starts off as Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe. Then Kofi Kingston comes in. Then AJ Styles comes in. Joe is pinned by AJ after an elbow. So Joe is gone. Then Jeff Hardy comes out. He swanton bombed to AJ. Oh yeah, that was cool. Jeff Hardy was up on top of one of the chambers, and AJ was laying on his stomach or back in the ropes. And Jeff Hardy does a swanton bomb onto him. AJ bounces, flaws off. Then Daniel Bryan runs up, gives him the running knee, pins him 1, 2, 3. Jeff Hardy's out. Then Orton comes out. He RKO's AJ when he gets up on the ropes. Kind of cool. Pins him 1, 2, 3. So Kofi gives Trouble in Paradise to Randy. So pins Randy 1, 2, 3. And then you had a large section of the match where just Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. The fans were like, "Oh, let's go Kofi, let's go Kofi." Because at some point, people just started getting this bandwagon mentality of like, let's root for Kofi right now. Like, even though people were like, about the New Day kind of stuff, like, oh yeah, the New Day was starting to back up Kofi and like, hey, Kofi should be champ. And I saw some posts where people were like, I saw one guy post, what is it? Rikishi was right. Oh, it's all about the great white hype because Daniel Bryan won. Stop, okay? Kofi Kingston should not have won at Elimination Chamber. That's it. He should not have won the WWE Championship. And you know why? Because the Elimination Chamber is just a B-level pay-per-view. Did you see all the people cheering for Kofi after the pay-per-view? That's what you want. You want people rooting for him. You want the babyface to be rooted for him, people cheering for him. So he lost. The only thing that could have been better is if Eric Rowan would have came in there and interfered and made it where it's like, oh, you wouldn't have won. You just got lucky because you had another guy in there. And then Daniel Bryan could have pinned him. And then people would be like, oh, yeah, really pissed off. Like, oh, Daniel Bryan had to cheat to win. That's the only thing I think they should have done. What they should do now, in my opinion, I said, I'm wearing a New Day shirt for crying out loud. I'm definitely a Kofi Kingston fan. What I think they should do now, because usually when you have the good guys versus the bad guys, it's cooler or better if you're going against the odds. So you should have more bad guys and less good guys. But right now you got the New Day, which is 3, versus Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan, which is 2. So my theory is, as we're getting closer to WrestleMania, if they don't get more people on the bad guys' side, Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan should beat up Xavier Woods and Big E like 3 weeks before WrestleMania. Just beat the crap out of them. Just drop stuff on them, slam stuff, beat them. Like you think they got ran over by a car. That's how bad that they're beat up. And then they're just like, yeah, they're gone. They're gone for good. And then Kofi gets beat up in the ring by Daniel Bryan by interference while he's got other matches throughout the weeks building up to WrestleMania. And then when WrestleMania finally comes, it's Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. That is where you want to win your WWE Championship for the first time. Not at Elimination Chamber. You want to win that bad boy at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. And what better way to do it than to have the odds against you, have Kofi Kingston fighting Daniel Bryan, and then Derek Rowan comes out, interferes, messes him up. Daniel Bryan almost wins. Kofi kicks out, does something, blah, blah, and all of a sudden, oh, Xavier Woods and Big E rush to the ring. They get rid of Eric Rowan. When Daniel Bryan's not paying attention, then, let's say, SOS, or what was the other move? I can't remember. Trouble in Paradise, and then pins Daniel Bryan. 1, 2, 3 at WrestleMania to win his first ever WWE Championship. That's how you do it. None of this stuff. Oh, Kofi didn't win. They're being racist. No, it's none of that. That's how you build it up. Because like I said, a month ago, nobody was even thinking about Kofi Kingston being WWE Champion. Now everybody's like, it's not fair. He has been in there for 11 years and he's still not WWE Champion. You didn't care a month ago. Most of you did not care. There may have been 6 of you. Like I said, I've been a New Day fan for a while. Not even from the beginning, but for a long, long time. And like I said, they've been talking. I've heard other people talk about, like, it'd be cool if one of them won the WWE Championship, and then they kind of work together. That would be an awesome idea. It's something new. They've been tag team champions. They've done the Freebird rule. Now they should have one of them win, and they had like a whole group of them. Like I said, they have the New Day, and one of them be the WWE Champion. Why not Kofi? He's been there longest. He has the least chance of winning again in the future because, like I said, Big E's got a long future ahead of him. Xavier Woods, he's really good on the microphone. Like I said, they may make him look like he's weak in the wrestling ring, but I'm not saying he is weak, as he's a strong dude. That is it for the matches. Now let's get into the predictions. Champion for Elimination Chamber 2019 is nobody. Nobody did predictions. I don't know if anybody just doesn't care or they missed out or whatever. Either way, thank you everybody for watching this video. I'll be having one for the next one, fingers crossed. Like I said, appreciate everybody for watching this video. If you haven't already, don't forget to like this video, comment below, and definitely subscribe. I do appreciate it greatly. And until next time, peace.